Hello girls and boys. Welcome to our Under 5s Adventure Morning at Carinya Christian School. Usually we host this morning at Lillypilly Cottage, but today we have an extra special adventure for you. We're going to visit the Stokes farm from the comfort of your lounge room. Now let me introduce you to everyone. I'm Mrs. Dye, this is Mrs. Turnbull, and we have Jessa and Jeannie.
Hello.
Now the first thing we do at Adventure Morning is we always sing our hello song. Can you sing with us? Are you ready for your clapping hands? Clap your hands, everyone together. Stamp your feet, turn around. Reach up high and bend down low. It's good to see you. Hello. It's good to see you. Hello. Clap your hands, everyone together. Stamp your feet. Turn around, reach up high and bend down low. It's good to see you. Hello. It's good to see you. Hello. Hello. It is so good to see you.
Hello.
Now, today we're going to be visiting a farm, and at the Stokes farm they have bees, they have chickens, and they have beautiful sheep and lambs. Mrs. Turnbull, what are you doing?
I've got Cecil. Cecil's our friend today. He's going to come on an adventure with us.
Oh, it looks a bit dirty, Mrs. Turnbull.
Cecil does look a bit dirty, so I'm going to give him a bath.
Good idea. Now, this reminds me of a story that the children at Lillypilly Cottage love. They even have someone that comes to visit called Mrs. Wishy Washy. Let's watch that story now.
This is the story of Mrs. Wishy Washy by Joy Cowley. Oh, lovely mud, mooed the cow, and she jumped in it. Oh, lovely mud, said the pig, and he rolled in it. Quack, 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 quack. Oh, lovely mud, said the duck, and she paddled in it. Along came Mrs. Wishy Washy. Just look at you, she screamed. In the tub you go. In went the cow. Wishy washy, wishy washy, wishy washy. In went the pig. Wishy washy, wishy washy, wishy washy. In went the duck. Wishy washy, wishy washy, wishy washy. That's better, said Mrs. Wishy Washy, and she went into the house. Away went the cow, away went the pig, away went the duck. Oh, lovely mud, they said. Yow, splash.
Hi everyone, welcome to our farm. My name is Jessa.
And my name is Jeannie. Our farm is called Alveston. It is about 20 minutes drive from Carinya to our farm in Jurai.
Our dog is named Mr. Kubra, or Kubi for short. She is our work dog. She helps us care for our sheep.
Our mum is Mrs. Stokes. She is driving the ute up the driveway. She is the farmer on our farm.
Mum also drives our blue tractor. Can you see Cecil? We use a tractor to do heavy lifting and pull the plough. Right now she is driving down to check our sheep.
Our sheep are called Dorper sheep. They like to eat grass and love to eat sunflowers. They have just started lambing. Can you see the lambs?
In our veggie patch, we grow lots of good things to eat like corn, cucumbers, carrots, tomatoes, zucchini. We love to grow our own food.
Well, girls and boys, do you remember earlier when we got to go and visit the vegetable garden that the Stokeses have? Today, we're going to make a salad for our lunch with some of those vegetables. You might see some vegetables on the table here that you recognise that you like to eat at your house. The first thing that we're going to put in our salad today is some lettuce. Jeannie, what colour is our lettuce?
Green.
It is. Can you pop that in our salad bowl for us, Jeannie? All right. Something else that we like to have in our salad is another green vegetable. This is called a cucumber. When we cut cucumbers up ready for our salad, they form a certain shape. Have a look at that shape. Can you think what shape it is? Jessa, what shape have we got there?
A circle.
It is a circle. Did you get it right? Jessa, would you like to put some cucumber into our salad for us? While we're putting our salad together, you might like to think some vegetables that you like to eat in your salads at home. Now, one of the other things that we found in the Stokes' vegetable garden today was some beautiful orange carrot. We've grated it up to go into our salad today. Jessa, would you like to pop that into the salad? You might like to scatter it around and make it look pretty. And the last thing that we have for our salad today, it's a red vegetable. Can you think of some red vegetables? I'm going to pull it out of here. Is this what you were thinking of? What is it? It's round and it's red and it has a green stem. Jeannie, what have we got here?
A tomato.
We do have a tomato. Now, Jeannie, would you like to put some of those cut up tomatoes into the salad bowl?
Yes, I can do that.
Thank you. This is looking delicious. I love to eat salad for my lunch. God has made our body so that we need lots of lovely nutrients, and salad is a wonderful way that we can feed our bodies and help keep them healthy.
We also have chickens on our farm. They love to eat vegetable scraps and give us eggs.
They like to walk around and scratch for food. We go through this door to the nesting boxes to collect the eggs. I wonder how many Mrs. Dye will collect today.
Well, girls and boys, earlier on we were able to collect some eggs from the chickens at the Stokes' farm. Another thing that we like to have for lunch sometimes is egg sandwiches. Today we're going to make some. Before we make egg sandwiches, you need to put your eggs in boiling hot water so that they can cook. You and your parents will be able to find instructions for that online. The first thing that we need to do when we're making our egg sandwiches is we need to butter our bread with some butter. We've got some lovely yellow butter here. Use our knife and we spread it on our bread. This is lovely fresh bread. There we go. Some butter on there. Now, when we make egg sandwiches, we have to take the shells off the eggs. You can see I've done some here. Let's take the rest of the shell off this egg. We just need to get our fingers on there and we pull the shell off. It should come away nice and easily. And then in our bowl, we use our fork to mash our eggs. Mash, mash, mash. Mash, mash, mash. Mashing the eggs, mashing the eggs. Mashing, mashing, mashing the eggs. I like to add a little bit of mayonnaise when I make my egg sandwiches. I'm going to mix some into the eggs and mash it all around. This is going to make a delicious lunch which will help to keep our bodies nice and healthy. There we go. That looks all ready to put on our bread. I'm going to use my fork to put, oopsie daisy. There we go. Pop it on the bread. There we go. Spread it along. That looks delicious. Lucky I don't work in a restaurant. There we go. And then we're going to put a second piece of bread on the top. Doesn't that look like a wonderful lunch?
That looks good enough to eat, Mrs. Turnbull.
I think so too, Mrs. Dye.
Now, I liked visiting the chickens on the farm, but my favourite bit was when we got to see the baby lamb. Do you remember the baby lamb?
I loved the baby lamb.
Here are 3 of our Dorper sheep. The lamb you can see is only 2 days old. It is very big. It is almost double the size of an ordinary lamb. It is very warm and cuddly.
Lambs' hooves are really soft when they are born so that their feet don't hurt mum before they're born. Can you see his eyes and nose? And look at his long tail.
Our sheep don't grow wool but hair because they're bred for meat. Because he is a boy lamb, his horns are just starting to grow.
Gee, I love the lambs. It was so nice to visit the lambs today.
It was.
That reminds me of a song that I know about farm animals. Do you know a song about farm animals? Does it have a farmer in it?
Is it about Mrs. Stokes' farm?
Well, they might not know this one, but let's make it that today.
Are we ready? Mrs. Stokes, she had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on that farm she had a
cow.
E-I-E-I-O, with a moo here and a moo there. Here a moo, there a moo, everywhere a moo moo. Mrs. Stokes, she had a farm, E-I-E-I-O.
And on that farm she had a horse.
E-I-E-I-O, with a neigh and a neigh there. Here a neigh, there a neigh, everywhere a neigh, neigh. Mrs. Stokes, she had a farm, E-I-E-I-O. And on that farm she had a lamb, E-I-E-I-O. With a bar here and a bar there. Here a bar, there a bar, everywhere a bar, bar. Mrs. Stokes, she had a farm, E-I-E-I-O.
Mrs. Dye, whenever I think of sheep and lambs, that reminds me of a wonderful story that Jesus tells us in the Bible.
Oh, I could tell that to the boys and girls now. Great idea.
Let's do that.
Cecil, the Lost Sheep by Andrew Madonna. What sort of animal does this man have? Rabbits? No, he doesn't have rabbits. Giraffes? Well, he might have giraffes, but they don't get a mention in this story. Sheep? Yes, he has sheep. 100 sheep, including Cecil. One day, Cecil was daydreaming. Boring, boring, boring. All I do is hang around with sheep, eat grass, wander down to the river for a drink and eat more grass. Maybe I could run away and get a bike or join a band. Cecil looked right. Cecil looked left. He jumped over his rock and hid. From behind the rock, he snuck behind the tree, and from behind the tree, he ran over the hills to the mountains. Yes, the mountains. He reached the mountains and discovered they were high and steep. Cecil was not deterred. He began climbing higher and higher, and it got steeper and steeper and steeper. He climbed and climbed until he couldn't climb up and he couldn't climb down. Cecil was stuck. He sat on the edge of the ledge and started to think, "Oh, I could shout for help, but what will happen if the shepherd finds me? He might whack me with a big stick. Crack! Then grab me by the leg and drag me home. Bump, bump, bump. And tie me to a tree without any dinner. Oh." Back home, the shepherd was counting his sheep. 1, Terry. 2, Kelvin. 3, Bronwyn. 4, Lucinda. 96, Meredith. 97, the other Meredith. 98, Amir. 99, Amelie. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 96, 97, 98, 99. Oh, Cecil is missing. The shepherd ran to the rock and found hoof prints leading behind the tree. He ran behind the tree and found hoof prints leading over the hills. To the mountains, yes, the mountains. The mountains were high and steep. The shepherd climbed higher and higher, and it got steeper and steeper. And when he thought he couldn't climb any further and wasn't sure if he could climb back down, he heard a noise. Bah! Cecil was saved. What did the shepherd do? Did he whack Cecil with his stick? Crack? No. Did he grab Cecil by the leg and drag him down the mountain? Bump, bump, bump? No. He was so glad that he had found his lost sheep that he put Cecil on his shoulders and carried him home. When they got home, did the shepherd tie Cecil to a tree without any dinner? Oh, no. Instead, he threw a huge party, and everyone stayed up way past their bedtime. Cecil, the lost sheep, had been found.
Mrs. Di, what a wonderful story that was. A story that reminds us of God's promises to his people in Jesus, that Jesus promises to rescue all of his children. That's such a lovely thing for us to be able to remember. But Mrs. Di, I have to admit, it's been such a big day at the farm.
It has.
Very, very tired.
You look a bit tired. Boys and girls, why don't we sing 2 more songs before it's time for us to go?
Great idea.
The first one, you'll need to go to sleep. It's about when all the cows were sleeping. Are you ready? When all the cows were sleeping and the sun had gone to bed, up jumped the scarecrow, and this is what he said. I'm a dingle-dangle scarecrow with my flippy-floppy hat. I can shake my hands like this and shake my feet like that. Oh dear, boys and girls, I think Mrs. Turnbull's gone to sleep. Why don't we go back to sleep and see if we can wake her up, because we'll have to shout very loud. Are you ready? Go to sleep. When all the hens were roosting, with the moon behind the cloud, up jumped the scarecrow and shouted very loud, I'm a dingle-dangle scarecrow with a flippy-floppy hat. I can shake my hands like this and shake my feet like that. Now we're going to get Jessa and Jeannie to come back, and they're going to help us sing the goodbye song. And then you were tired. Now I'm hungry. I think we better have a feast.
That's a great idea.
Let's get our friends back. Come on, Jessa and Jeannie. Girls and boys, thank you so much for joining us. Did you enjoy our adventure to the farm? We're going to say thank you to the Stokes family for letting us visit. Wasn't it great? Now make sure that you download the activity sheets. You might want to do some of them at home. You might make a salad or an egg sandwich. Maybe you'll sing some of the songs. We've so loved having you join us. And guess what? You can come next week and join us again for story time. Now we've got one more thing to do. That's it. We're going to sing our goodbye song. So let's do that together. Stand up, get your clapping hands ready. Are you ready? Clap your hands, everyone together. Stamp your feet, turn around. Reach up high, bend down low. It's time to go now. Goodbye. It's time to go now. Goodbye. Clap your hands, everyone together. Stamp your feet, turn around. Reach up high and bend down low. It's time to go now. Goodbye. It's time to go now. Goodbye. Goodbye, boys and girls. Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
John 10, verse 14 to 15. I am the good shepherd. I know my sheep, and my sheep know me. Just as the Father knows me, and I know the Father, I lay down my life for the sheep.